Hi, welcome to today's 2-minute tasting. We're doing Lambrusco today. We've just done a tasting with Alessandro from Medici Ermete, and there'll be a little video tagged onto the end of this where he presents his concerto wine, which I'll also taste in a moment. But in the meantime, we're doing this. This is £10 a bottle. This is the, and I apologise for my pronunciation, you all know I'm useless at it by now, the Quercioli Lambrusco, £10 a bottle. As you can see, it's a sort of rosé, dark rosé colour, and I'll let you know what it smells like. So, Wimbledon levels of strawberries, huge amounts of strawberries coming out of the glass, a bit of raspberry, almost a sort of wild raspberry aroma, so you're getting a much more a sort of vegetal, earthy style of raspberry there. But quite bright, quite floral, just a really pretty, light, easy aroma. The palate is very bright, sort of slightly tartar, a bit more of a sort of tart apple, or sort of tart red apple, and a sort of tart raspberry flavour coming off. A little bit of sugar up front, but not a lot. It's not an overly sweet wine at all. Really well balanced. The acidity is bang on with it. It's a cracking bottle of wine. Just do me a favour. Stop drinking Prosecco now. Just stop it and start drinking that. It's much higher quality than any Prosecco at a similar prices. £10 a bottle during the Lambrusco festival. And just get it. It's brilliant. We'll move on to the concerto, and I'll just do a quick tasting note on it because Alessandro will present it after this. So this is, as you can see, a sort of red, a much darker style of wine. This is really quite a serious wine. It's got a lot of sort of bigger, bolder cherries and rich fruit. There's off the nose, there is that cherry, but then there's blackberries, and then this sort of tobacco-y, sort of tobacco smoke comes out of it. The palate has a bit of sweetness, and then which sort of balances out the sort of tannic element of the grape variety. The acidity is beautiful. It's super complex. You've got so much going on there: tannins, acidity, sweetness, big bold fruit, floral elements as well. It's just brilliant. Put that with some mortadella or some parmesan. It's just gorgeous. We had those earlier, and there's one slice left, and I'm having that in a moment. But you don't want to see me eat on video. It's just brilliant. It's a fabulous wine. It's a wine perfect for food, and it's the sort of wine that you can just drink all evening. It's cracking. I think 12.5 for this wine. So whatever your prejudices are about Lambrusco, or if you don't know anything about Lambrusco, give these a shot. These are absolutely fabulous. Now you'll see Alessandro. I'll see you soon. Have a good day. Bye.
I am Alessandro Medici from Medici Ermete winery. I represent the 5th generation of the family in the business, and this one is our Lambrusco Concerto that has been the first Lambrusco to be produced in a dry way. And when I tell dry, I mean with a low level of sugars. Concerto, the first vintage, has been produced in 1993, and everybody knows that in the 80s and in the 90s Lambrusco was produced white sometimes, but very sweet, and Lambrusco at the time was very cheap. And this Lambrusco Concerto tried to change with the idea and the work of my father, tried to change the bad image and bad perception to the people, for the people to this wine. And Concerto is the real Lambrusco, so it's red, sparkling and dry, with a low level of sugars, with a good acidity. So it's a very interesting and unique wine because there aren't so many red sparkling wines, and this one is very versatile because Lambrusco could be paired with a lot of kind of food like charcuteries, fresh pasta, cheeses, and for example barbecue. And I think that can be a very interesting alternative wine and very funny wine.